Char.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in today. Today we're gonna be covering season 3, episode 8, Evil Plans of the Clone Wars. Those of you waiting in the chat, hello.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good day today, and I'm excited to. We're gonna be making an announcement pretty shortly, so stay tuned for that. And Luke, are you ready to bring in our guests?
Yep. Let's get into the episode.
You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan, but you might make it as mine.
Bam.
Welcome back. We're back.
Time to bring them on. So you tell me who you want to bring on first.
Okay, so first, we have a returning guest. She was on, I believe, was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
No,
okay.
no, it was 3 weeks ago because it was Julia. It went last week's Julia's and hers was the week before, so 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so the first guest we're going to bring on is Alicia, aka the.naboo.senator.
Sorry, I'm laughing because you're both wrong. It was last week.
Oh, yeah, that was last
Yeah, I
week.
knew it was last week.
I thought he was talking about Liv. And that's why I said that.
No.
That's on me. That's on me. I'm sorry. There's too many reoccurring guests here. It gets all muddled, and
So welcome back, Alicia. How you been?
I've been good. It's been a big week for me, so
it's good to hear.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. We love.
So the next guest we're going to bring on is Liv at Kybercrystaldesigns.
Hello.
Hey.
She was on 3 weeks ago. Bam! I got it right this time.
Yeah. How you been? Liv?
I'm doing good.
I haven't talked to you since you sent us that watercolor painting, that print. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm so glad you like it.
Yeah.
It was so awesome, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, man,
You didn't have to do that, but it's really well done.
I wanted to.
It was really awesome, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, and then next we have my good friend Cody at Chattentime.
Cody.
Hello there. I've been like mentally like practicing that, and I was like, they can see me backstage if I practice this before they do.
That's what you left and then came back.
Well, no, my browser crashed, but in the meantime,
no,
I was like, I should do this while they don't see me. So yeah, how's it going? Good to be back, guys.
Oh man, yeah, it's good to have you back.
And then our final guest, I believe this is her first appearance on the podcast.
Yes, it
is.
is.
That right?
Yes, it is.
Let's bring in Juliakupis.
Bam.
Hello. Hi.
Did I say your last name right, Kupis?
Yes, you
There
did.
you go. Just wanted to make sure because I know Luke tends to mispronounce everything. So.
Absolutely, I can't pronounce Camilla's username, so that's why I call her Camilla.
Yeah, so this is the party we have going on today for season 3, episode 8, Evil Plans. Julia, how's it been?
It's been good.
Good. Yeah. Are you excited to be on our show? It's a weird question to ask, but just
yes, I am very excited.
Everyone,
I love the Clone Wars.
Yeah. It's just you being a new guest here. I just wanted to see what your thought process is, and hope you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time.
I hope so too.
It's a very relaxed. All three of them all the other reoccurring guests can say they had fun, hence why they're back.
Yeah.
So we like to keep it like a chill. We just go through the episode. If you're new to this whole thing, thank you for joining, subscribing. Leave a like on the stream. That would help us a ton. But Char, we've got kind of an announcement.
Yeah, a little bit of announcement, but just let you guys all know what's happening.
Yeah. So we are part of the initiative of the Star Wars Podcast Day. It was actually on Monday, but we are part of the initiative with I think like 40 other podcasts. And it's run by Daniel from Star Wars Podcast Day. And Char, do you want to go down what I sent you of kind of why we're doing this?
Yeah. So, just like, so back in February 7th of 1999, the first Star Wars podcast was ever created called Jedi Talk. And from that day forward, there's been so many different podcasts have been created specifically talking about different sides of Star Wars, whether it be the Clone Wars, everything, theories, the movies, everything that involves a Star Wars it started back in February of 1999 with that podcast. So on Monday it was Star Wars Podcast Day. So we just want to mention that we're thankful for that day in 1999 to give us that inspiration to make a podcast and bring you guys all on to talk Star Wars and just to bring the community together. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yep, absolutely. So that was kind of our announcement. But let's get into the episode. So this episode is season 3, episode 8, Evil Plans, which actually canonically should be in front of, this is the precursor episode to Hostage Crisis. So that's season 2, that's the season 2 finale. To start off, actually, hold on. We're gonna go back to icebreaker question because I completely spaced that off.
Yeah.
Where can we find everybody's content? We'll go back around again. And what's your favorite or what's your first memory of Star Wars? We'll start with Julia first since she's the newbie.
Okay, so you can find me on TikTok at Juliakupis, and my Instagram is at JulesKupis. My first Star Wars memory. So this is hard. So growing up, my dad loved Star Wars, and we had all the movies on DVD. I grew up. I was born in 1999, so kind of in the era of the prequels.
Oh yeah.
And so one of my earliest memories of Star Wars was my brother had an Xbox 360, and we had the Lego Star Wars game on there. And my dad, and I would just play for like hours on that game. And I loved to play as R2-D2 and kind of like run around because all the stormtroopers would chase me. And I thought that was really fun. And I remember being super in love with Anakin as a child.
There you go.
So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cody, where can we find you, and what's your first memory of Star Wars?
So you can find me at Chattentime on, I think, literally every platform. I think I fixed the usernames now, so I think the branding's good and consistent. So
nice. We like to see that.
Twitch and TikTok mostly is where you'll find me. So first memory, I'm pretty sure I do remember, like when you're all talking about it, I remember my dad had the gold VHS set of the original trilogy.
Nice.
And I always remember we had this really, we had 2 TVs, both super big and boxy. And we had this really small one in my room with the built-in VHS feed, so you could just pop it in and go. And I remember always watching Return of the Jedi, specifically the Luke and Obi-Wan scene in Dagobah when he's just Yoda's just died, and he's just giving him a little pep talk about hey, you got to kill Vader. Not a good pep talk, but it was still a pep talk. And it was just, I don't know, something about the music and everything. I don't know. It's one of those vulnerable moments. And as a kid, you're like, whoa, I don't know, but I just really like this. And it's one of the most memorable things. I really hate rewinding VHSs too. So, that.
Yeah.
I'm glad we phased that out now.
And I'm sure your dad was like, hey, Cody, that's your job. Go rewind it.
1,000%. And I'll never forgive him. I mean, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it was a good memory. Memory of Star Wars. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Liv, same question.
So I didn't really get into Star Wars until I was a bit older. But I remember my dad had all these encyclopedias and stuff, which I actually found one right here.
Awesome.
And I vividly remember being 5 and just scouring through it and being so amazed at all the cool characters and aliens and ships and being I can't read yet, but this looks really awesome. So yeah, that's my first memory.
Alicia, same question.
I also didn't get into Star Wars until I was a bit older, but I do remember my dad in our VHS cupboard. The VHS seems to be a common theme here. We
Yes.
had like all the tapes just chilling in there. And yeah.
Nice.
I remember him telling me about how like his mom didn't, like my grandma wouldn't let him go see the movie originally because it was like Satan's work.
Hey.
But he went to see it anyways.
No, yeah. Absolutely. But Char, I don't think I know this. What was your first Star Wars memory? Maybe I have heard this before.
You probably have, but I was born in 2000. I was born April of 2000. So when I was younger, no one in my family really likes Star Wars. No one really cares about it. So I kind of just found it on my own. And this was around 2005. So they were replaying all the movies on TNT, and Attack of the Clones just happened to be on. So I watched like the first half of the movie, and I was just like, oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. And then so the first movie I ever saw was Attack of the Clones. And then when I was younger, I remember I was at Costco with my mom, and they were selling lightsabers in this big box. And I was like, hey, can I get one? Can I get one? She told me no. And I'm like, I remember that day to a T, because now I just have like 10 lightsabers. And I'm like, ha, bite that. But
they're probably a lot more expensive too than the ones at Costco.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, so my first ever experience with Star Wars was just happening to watch Attack of the Clones on TV when they were replaying before Revenge of the Sith came out.
No, yeah. Me and Cody are the old heads here, I think.
That is an adjective for it.
I mean, my first theatrical, well, so like my first memory of Star Wars, I guess it wasn't my mom taking me to the movies. It was the VHSs as well.
Yeah.
So I would always act out every scene as a kid, even from like in Empire, just doing the Vader Luke scene. And then as it progressed into the prequels, I knew every choreography fight that Anakin or Obi-Wan had done.
Yeah.
So, and it's those memories that really make Star Wars what it is, if I'm going to be honest.
Are there home videos of this by any chance?
There aren't, but there are pictures of me. I've got to dig out those pictures and have my mom send them to me so I can put them on Instagram or something. But I was Anakin. My mom handmade my costumes for me when I was a kid. So I should have known that was the beginning of the end for Star Wars for me. But yeah, I've loved Star Wars ever since, and it's just been one of those things that I cherish to this day. But now that we have gotten that out of the way, Char, plot summary time.
Plot summary of the episode. Okay, guys. So hopefully I don't butcher it this time. I feel like it's been getting pretty good at this point.
Yeah.
It was great last week.
Last week? Oh, yeah. I'm not going to boost
Well,
my
Liv,
ego.
what about 3 weeks ago? I thought it was okay 3 weeks ago. I thought he could have done a lot better.
Okay, I don't need the critique here. All right. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Evil plans! With the Jedi Council focused on the war effort, criminal minds are left unchecked to spread fear and corruption. Galactic gangster Jabba the Hutt has sent bounty hunter Cad Bane on a nefarious mission which shall strike the heart of the Republic. Meanwhile, the unsuspecting citizens of Coruscant go about their daily lives. There we go.
That's good. That was good.
I feel like that plot summary was awfully short, but...
Oh, no. You know what? You killed it. You killed it.
You know what? Yeah.
I like how they say the Jedi are like really concentrated on the war effort, and Anakin's just chilling.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. So we start off the episode.
Anakin's partying.
Yeah, Anakin. so Padme's like stressing out about this banquet, and Anakin's like just watching her just be like, no, this needs to go here. No, this can't be this, and he's just like chuckling to himself. He's just like, I'm not gonna help. I'm just gonna sit here and watch watch the shit show that's going on.
He tells her to calm down.
Yeah. He's like, at one point, he's like, you need to calm down. She's like, everything's got to be perfect for Senator Aang, because he's the deciding vote on the military oversight committee. And that's something that is really, really important to the not only just the war effort, but just overall for the Republic. To talk about the first little part of this, where C-3PO is like the second in command. That's why. Why is C-3PO the second in command? Can we just talk about that for a second? Like,
That's a great question.
I don't understand. Open forum. Whoever wants to start off, go, because it's just mind-boggling to me.
Because Padme is really caring about droids.
Especially that droid.
Especially that droid. And Anakin freaking hates his guts half the time.
This is true. This does happen. But I mean, the other thing is like C-3PO is like telling these droids like how to do things, and it's like so ironic because it's like, dude, you don't even know what you're doing half the time. Like what? Like it's like the one time that C-3PO is like, ha, somebody's not telling me what I'm doing is wrong, and I can finally do it to others. So I found that quite humorous. But like C-3PO is like basically stressing Padme out, and she's just like, she's putting it out on Anakin, and Anakin's like, okay, fine, I'll take care of it. And he goes, 3PO, I'm sending you and R2. Do not get distracted. Do not deviate from your mission. Get it done. And like C-3PO is like completely against R2 coming, which, like, let's be real. R2 in this episode is the reason why everything goes to shit. If I'm going to be brutally honest. Like, he does everything that they are not supposed to do. Like, it's just like, R2, you're my favorite droid, but you're very irresponsible in this episode.
He's Anakin's droid.
Well, yeah. And I guess also because why Padme cares is because they did that was their wedding gifts to each other.
I think that's
just remember that as well.
Like,
yeah, just that connection of R2 is Padme and C-3PO is Anakin, which is just completely hilarious. That R2 was that C-3PO was Anakin's droid. Man, that first episode 1 is hilarious. But they are sent to get Jogan fruit. 3PO asked him to get for garnish for the dessert, which is Senator Aang's favorite. Padme asked Anakin to handle it, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not doing this. Like, this is my day off. I've been getting shot at by droids, dealing with Obi-Wan, dealing with Ahsoka. I need some TLC."
I'm sorry, this whole episode cracks me up.
It does.
Because it's all for Jogan fruit that they just pile on top of the fucking cake.
Yes, absolutely.
It doesn't even go in it or anything. It's just
it's like right on top.
It's like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, we just spent a whole 20 minutes trying to get this stupid fruit, and all we do is put it on top. Like, what are we doing here? But it's like
this episode is comedic relief.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. And he sends those two with 40 credits to buy 4 fruit.
Which, by the way, that sequence when they're going to get the fruit from that guy, that vendor, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It was like watching a modern, like, what is it? It's like a flea market, like an actual flea market. And this guy is like bargaining, and I feel like C-3PO, you should be able to look through all of this bullshit right now, man. Like, come on. You know he's trying to get more money from you. And C-3PO is like,
if you ever go by a vendor and they ask you, how many credits do you got? Like, it ain't legit. Come on. But he does have the fruit. But the line where he says, you know, my dad told me to not watch your credits, watch your health. And I watched my health, and I lost all my credits.
Yeah, that was funny. That got a big laugh out of me.
Like, who is this guy?
No, but let's
I want to know where the credits came from. Like, Anakin pulls these credits out. Are these the Jedi's credits or are these Padme's
Yeah.
credits?
That's a good point. Like I don't know what a Jedi makes per hour or per battle or whatever, but I'm
think
sure they
they're,
don't
like,
make anything.
I'm sure they
Given
get
just,
some
like,
subsidized
battle
money.
credits, right? Like, I don't think they make a salary though, do they? Because like they can't have possessions, so is money a possession? Like,
I mean, that's a good question.
That's a good
is
point.
Padme just
Yeah.
a sugar mama? Like,
Maybe.
Yes, probably.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
absolutely. Absolutely. But like, let's talk about open discussion about that back and forth between C-3PO and R2. Like R2's like, you got to be careful, and C-3PO's like, I know what I'm doing, and us as the audience is like, you don't know what you're doing.
I don't need to be told that this is galactic robbery.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was
what'd you
gonna
guys think
say.
of that whole back and forth?
I need to see more of
It was
that
just
guy,
dumb.
that vendor. I need to see more. Of
Yeah.
him. I want to see what he's doing in the Imperial era. If he's still
Mhm.
selling fruit and he's still
No.
doing his thing. Maybe he has a gambling addiction. No idea.
No, yeah, maybe.
Also,
but
I
yeah,
like how they were like reverse bargaining. Like normally it's like, oh, we'll go
Yeah.
down. He goes from 4 credits to like 16, and then he's like, 32.
And he's like, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
reasonable.
oh my
3PO's just like,
God,
okay,
yeah.
if I don't get these, Master Anakin's gonna lose his crap.
Yeah.
Like, get these fruit.
No, yeah, absolutely. Go, Liv.
Yeah, I really liked the whole interaction between them, and just that's what I love so much about the Clone Wars is we get to see more of that, and I feel like this is an episode we see a large amount of that, and I really enjoyed it.
No, yeah, you don't get to see much of the slums, and like not the slums, but you don't get to see, like, you get to see a ton of like the upper levels of Coruscant, like the surface level of Coruscant, a ton in the prequels and a lot of them in the Clone Wars. There's not a lot of times that you go into the nitty gritty of like what Coruscant really is,
Yeah,
where the majority of it's
13 part of it. Mhm.
yeah, the more of the where the majority of the population lives.
Yeah, the only
Like-
time we see that is in Attack of the Clones at the very beginning.
Well, and a little bit in the
And
Clone
a few
Wars.
times. Yeah.
A few times in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, like especially with Lightsaber Lost. That's one
yes,
of those episodes
lightsaber
where
lost. Yeah,
the underworld is a part of it. So
well, and we also see in this episode as well. So C-3PO gets the stupid fruit. And so we get a shot of Cad Bane, and I think isn't it IG-11 or IG-88?
no, it was not. I think it was IG-88. It's not IG-11. It's not.
No, it's not
IG-11.
IG-11.
It's IG-88, I think.
Yeah, IG-88, and he's been hired by the Hutts to get the floor plans to obviously rescue Zero, like we see in the hostage crisis. And they're scoping it out, and he's like, "Oh, that's Senator Amidala's droid."
Yeah, which I don't
Or-
understand why he wants to rescue Zero. Like, did he not remember what he did to Rada? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's so.
Oh, don't they say because like Zero knows things, so they feel like if he's out of jail, like he won't-
have information.
Yeah. Oh
Screw
my
you.
God.
Screw
Oh
you,
my-
Zero.
Oh my God, that voice. That voice
It
makes
always
me
comes back to
cringe.
Zero.
I
It
know.
does.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
cringe.
I want to know why Padme couldn't get Jogan fruit from somewhere in Upper Coruscant. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
why did she have to send her droids to this, like, to the lower levels? She's
Yeah.
Well,
loaded.
I feel like
just like
I
call
feel like
someone
this
up.
Yeah, I feel like this whole situation would have just like not happened if Anakin just went and took the 5 minutes
Yeah.
to go get the fruit.
Why?
And then, like,
absolutely.
It would have been
He's-
fine.
He literally was
He
just
wants
like,
to be with wifey.
he's just like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, it's 5
Dude.
minutes. Like, what are you doing?
Do they
It's
not
like-
have like space DoorDash or something? Like it could have been.
That's
really
what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, like in
She's
one of
rich. Just pay someone.
like in one of the other later episodes, Anakin comes home and I've got food, and she's like, "Where's your starfighter?" He's like, "It crashed."
It blew up.
He's like, I took a ride on one of the other like I don't even remember what it was, but it was like equivalent to a delivery truck. I'm like, bro, you could have gotten the Jogan fruit from those guys. What are we doing here?
That just confirms that there's StoreDash in Star Wars.
There has to
Jedi
be.
connections. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Jedi General of the Republic, or a senator. You should be able to pull a little bit of strings, right? Like, come on, what is this? So they scope out 3PO, and he sends in Toto, and Toto does a really good job in this episode, especially this first half of it, convincing R2. Oh, you could look the same way that you did when you're off the assembly line. And R2's like, "Yeah, bro, I need a touch up. I've seen too much lately. I need a little bit of a massage and a cleanse here." And
R2 literally, he didn't even flinch. He was just
no,
like,
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah."
That literally was Anakin as a droid. I'm like, oh my god, he totally did that. And he looked great in the end. I'm like, oh my god, it was worth it.
And I love the way he went inside too. Like when the lady was like, "No need for reservation, go ahead." He was like, "Yeah."
yeah.
It was like a 5-year-old kid in a candy shop. It was hilarious.
And when he goes to the oil and you just see the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is R2's final time to shine. Like literally, but he never gets any treatment.
I just love the back and forth though. Like you see him having the time of his life, and C-3PO is just like, "Oh no, not again! Oh." Like,
yeah.
is happening?
So while R2's in the droid spa, Cad Bane, IG-88, and Toto capture C-3PO, and like literally the entire time I'm thinking, God, Cad, you're one of the best bounty hunters. You missed the mark on this one, pal.
He missed the mark
You
on
grabbed the wrong droid, because they're constantly like, even when they go back and forth, they hook him up. And by the way, that torture droid is the same type of torture droid in Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Hopefully that wasn't one of Char's
it's not the same one though.
No, it's not the same one, but it's
based on the same one.
Yeah. I noticed that. I was like, a lot of connections to Boba Fett in this episode. Interesting. But like it was so funny to see like R2 having the time of his life, and then C-3PO just getting tortured for no reason. Like, you're gonna
empty.
You're gonna tell me what I want to know. I don't know anything, and he really didn't know anything. Like, that's the funny part. Like, think about this: they wiped C-3PO's mind, but they didn't ever wipe R2's. So think about that from a whole saga standpoint. Like, he knows everything, literally everything.
I've seen a lot of posts about that in regards to like when Luke would tell R2 to stay with the ship. R2 never stayed with the ship after Anakin told him to.
Yeah.
Oh,
he always just followed along.
Rip.
Very sad. Sadness.
Rip. Sad. F in the chat for R2's memory of Anakin Skywalker. That's
why does R2 have Senate plans on his?
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's like, I gotta know. Come on, Skywalker's gonna need these plans later. We gotta find out a way to sneak into Padme's quarters.
Yeah, is it so that he can like sneak into her office or something?
No, that's literally got to be the only reason.
That's literally got to be it.
Yeah.
Well, like even in the season 1 episode where Grievous gets R2, and like he was gonna take all those like plans from the Republic. I'm like, did they not think about like installing some software to like lock this up, or like, hey, maybe we shouldn't put it on the droid anymore? No, they didn't.
He's just like a rolling liability.
He is
literally.
He is a liability, and it's like during that whole arc of R2 lost, like R2's like, but the thing is, like, they make a point, like there's a reason why we don't wipe his mind, is because he has a lot of knowledge, and he has a lot of tactician and stuff like that. It's valuable. And then like even during that, like they it's so funny because it's like Obi-Wan's like, you didn't wipe the droid's mind. He's like, Obi-Wan, like you don't understand. Like we blew up a space station together in episode 1 as a kid. Like that connection there, especially with
comes
the
down to
trustiness.
attachment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anakin
boy.
and his attachment.
My boy can't not have attachments.
Can't do it.
Cannot do it. But Bane finds out that 3PO doesn't know jack shit, and like R2 comes out and he's like, oh, where'd C3PO go? I wonder where he went. And it's like, R2, you were the reason why this is the issue. And he finds the Jogan fruit. At the end of the day, they do get the Jogan fruit, which is very, very, very important.
They feed the senators ground Jogan fruit.
Yeah, somehow it's still on the ground. Like nobody picked it up.
Yeah.
Nobody picked it up at all. And by the way, he didn't pay for the spa. Did anybody notice
No.
that?
He only
I
had
was
8
wondering
credits
about that.
left.
Archer
That
didn't
was
need to pay. He needed to pay.
Oh,
Free service.
Yeah, it was like it was like the VA for droids.
He's a
like,
veteran. He deserves it.
Yeah. I don't need to pay. I've seen stuff. That's what he was saying to all the massage droids. Like
I saved
Chewbacca
a senator from Naboo from melting in a pot in a factory.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
free service.
you ever heard of that? You ever heard of the Battle of Christophsis? I was a major player in that. Bam.
I wish we could see like that. I wish we got to see Anakin's reaction to how many credits they spent. Like,
Yeah.
they get back and they're like, "Here's the Jogan fruit," and he's like, "Where are all my fucking credits?"
Yeah.
What did you
He spent 32 credits on fruit.
What is this? No, this is funny. R2 is a material
girl.
No, he literally is.
You know what? You know what's really funny though? The moral of the episode is a failure in planning is a plan for failure. It's such a good moral, but it's like this episode is so silly.
It is very, very, very silly.
Like C3PO and R2 have no planning at all.
No.
Well, C3PO had a plan. It was R2 that like not only derailed but just blew up the plan, made a new plan, then derailed off that plan. Like it was
C3PO's plan was get the fruit, pay them as much money as they want, and get out.
R2 was just like, all right, let's just get out of here. And then he got sidetracked, and then he was like, oh, spy. He's like a little kid, like Candy.
He's like, spy exactly
like,
stay left.
Yeah. I've been meaning to get an oil bath, you know. I needed one of those. But they end up pick up R2. They torture R2 with C3PO there, and I was like, that's traumatizing as a droid, I guess. But like
the protocol droid spa.
It's okay, they wipe their memory anyways.
Yeah, they're the only people that wipe their mind, and it's not even that big of a deal to wipe their mind. I mean, it is, because if they don't, then we know what happens in the hostage crisis. But
that just makes me funny because thinking about this, like, the protocol droid spa. Come on, Escher, let's try something new.
Yeah, here's.
Do you think Anakin noticed that R2 is just super clean when he comes back?
No, not even. No. He just doesn't even care because he's like, oh, you guys are finally back. Where you been? Like, he's like, the party's almost over. And
y'all are going to affect how my night pans out.
Yeah. This is either going to go well or
am I getting it?
Yeah. That's pretty much that's true. No, but this is a good question. What do we think is included in a droid spa day? Everybody like think of
definitely
something.
a buff and wax. 100%.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, buff and wax.
Yeah, buff and wax.
What is
maybe like
probably.
Maybe some like booster shine, you know, like R2 needs to, you know, clean out those boosters because, you know, he's been flying all over the place. He needs some.
He's been starting droids on fire with him. He might need an oil change.
Tighten any loose bolts.
They said something about scraping off the carbon scoring or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did.
He's probably got a lot of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. so they get what they need. They drop off the droids. They head back to the party, and it's literally just like Anakin's just like, "You're late," and then Padme's like, "It's okay. We haven't eaten the cake yet," and they put it on top. And I'm just like we said in the beginning of this episode, it's like, what the hell is the point? Like
All
what?
that work.
All of that just to put it on top of the cake, and like that's it.
Nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
The only element of a Jogan fruitcake is that there's 4 on top. Is there not some in it or something? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, neither do I. Like, oh, he loves it for the decoration.
Mm.
No,
So
I'm not about
Material girl.
that. Yeah, he literally, yeah, no,
Senator Aang is a material girl, confirmed.
yeah,
They all are, I guess. Padme
Yeah.
is too, so it's fine.
yeah, because we were talking about in the what was I saying? Well, even in the beginning of the episode, I forgot to mention this. Padme's like trying to choose between like the big hairdress that Alicia does, by the way. Oh, she's got
I
it.
had a question for
yes.
Alicia about that.
That's
Because I
amazing.
noticed it's like the outfit she ends up wearing, I don't feel like we see very often, and I wonder if Alicia had any thoughts on that, since you're
I
the
actually
Padme
really
fashion expert.
I don't like that outfit. The red one
Is
is
it
not
the
my
hair?
favorite.
Yeah, me neither.
Is it the hair?
I don't like the hair.
It makes her look like she has like tusks or something, like she has
Yeah.
horns or something coming out of her head. It's like, what the hell
There's-
is this look?
3 outfits of hers in the Clone Wars that I do not like. It's that one, the one where like I don't remember what episode it's from, but she just kind of has like her hair like glued down and she has like a weird thing on, and the purple dress that
Clovis?
defies physics. The
Is it
purple
Clovis?
dress, the purple dress in the Clovis like the
God.
Scipio like arc. It wouldn't stay up, and I've thought about making this dress because it purely makes me mad. But I hate it.
I
so
remember
I'm not
that
gonna
one. Is
make
that the one where Embo starts chasing after them?
No,
It's the one where
they're
she gets
talking about
poisoned.
Geonosis. Yeah, Geonosis, the Geonosis arc. It's part of the Geonosis arc where Clovis and her. It's like the first time you see Clovis.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh yeah,
Scipio.
sorry. It's not Scipio. I made a mistake there.
No,
It's,
yeah, it's like that arc in Clovis. I hate Clovis. Being an Anakin stan, like I hate Clovis more than anything else in this world. I think he's a real piece of shit. Hate that guy. But it's so funny because she's picking between those two, and I'm like, those aren't even the best ones. Like, come on, girl. Like, I understand the red, but you couldn't. We're on a budget here. I get it, but like, she's got a wardrobe. We've seen it. Come on, can't be it.
She should have gone with the senatorial antlers, in my opinion. But
Oh yeah,
that's what I call this headdress, by the way.
That's awesome.
For anyone who doesn't know,
that is
it's the
awesome.
moose antlers.
Chatten and I were talking about this earlier. Like, how is it not suspicious that Anakin is just like with Padme all day and is like going to this banquet? Like, what is the reason? And they're so like, I think they're really cute in this episode. Like, just how they interact. Like, how is that not like suspicious to anybody else?
Yeah.
Like in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, like
he's a friend.
He's her Jedi protector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chanel boots now makes sense because of his parents being material girls.
Valid.
Padme walks so Luke could run. Oh my god. Oh no.
That's funny. Oh my god.
We're in a war. Times are tough. Oh, that's awesome.
That's funny.
That's great. But so we get another shot of Cad Bane. He goes back to Tatooine, delivers the plans, and by the way, he gets a nice little payday. I was like, those are some nice credits. Good job, Cad.
You can
and
buy
then
a lot of Jogan fruit with that.
oh yeah, you can buy a lot of Jogan, and he doesn't even have
This right?
let me tell you, he wouldn't have to like bargain because he'd just pull out his pistol and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm taking what I want.
I'm taking what I want.
Yeah.
I'm doing exactly what I want." But so he gets the he gets the money. He doesn't leave though because Jabba is having him lead the rescue mission on to Coruscant again. The interesting part about this, and this is how this ties into the next episode, It's just like the aftermath of the hostage crisis happening, and then Zero obviously being on trial for the Hutts. But like it was so funny because the Hutts are like, "Oh man, he's got too much information. He's got too much information. He's gonna say something. Like he's just going to." Like the entire time, the Hutts are just like freaking out. And then Cad Bane comes in and goes, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And I'm like, makes sense. Makes sense.
I was just looking
and
up if there was an inspiration behind Jogan fruit and if there was a real life kind of Jogan fruit. I
mhm.
was like, is it like a pear? Like, is it is it like a plum?
I feel like it'd be like I feel like it would be more like an orange because it kind of like reminds me like the pattern of what they used is kind of like a pattern of an orange. I don't know. I'm weird. I might have been the only one that
It made me
that saw
think of
that.
dragon
All right.
fruit.
Time to look
Ooh!
at
Yeah,
Jogan fruit.
that's
Yeah,
it.
it did.
That
Yeah,
was
dragon
it.
fruit.
Yeah.
Dragon fruit. That might have
Yeah.
been it. It wasn't an orange. It
Yeah.
was dragon fruit. That's
Is
that's
You
Jogan
know what I
fruit
found
what
interesting,
they're
though?
eating
Oh.
in? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, well, I thought it was interesting that in Rebels, there's that whole episode as well where they're trying to find
the Melu
the
runs.
Melaroon.
yeah.
Yeah,
Melu
I
runs,
think it's
yeah.
funny that there's 2 Star Wars episodes entirely centered on space fruit. But sorry, please go ahead.
I
Yeah,
was just
space fruit.
asking, is that what they were eating at dinner in Attack of the Clones as well? When Anakin like floats the fruit. It looked like it kind of looked like a pear, but I don't remember if they ever mentioned it.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever
Yeah.
mentioned it. I think it is just a pear. No Star Wars weird name for
No
fruit in that
fancy
episode.
fruit
We
in
can
that
just we
episode.
can just think it's a Jogan fruit.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
It better be exotic if they sent droids to find it.
Yeah,
No,
for
yeah, yeah.
It's not
So
a pear, it's a space
it's
pear.
pear. It's a
Yeah.
space
Space
pear.
It's
It's very,
Pear.
it's
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah.
But that's how the episode ends. It's a really short episode. Really good episode to kind of cleanse the palate and for what later comes in season 3. But yeah. Char, you ready for 3 interesting facts?
I am. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Always.
Yep.
I don't think you are. Anyway. All right, let's do this. All right. 3 interesting facts about a certain Clone Wars arc that you didn't know about until now. Part 13, Evil Plans Edition. Fact 1, a chef's cameo. The droid that baked the cake in the episode is voiced by Duff Goldman, who is a pastry chef who is host of the show Ace of Cakes. I'm sure you
I
guys
love
are
that
familiar
show.
with
I
Duff.
love that show.
Yeah, he voices
Really?
that droid that baked the cake.
Oh,
That's so cool.
Fact 2, Toto gets repaired. Toto is said to be rebuilt off-screen by Anakin Skywalker in an attempt to learn more about Cad Bane and discover his whereabouts. Fact
Oh, I
3,
didn't know that.
the Hutt Gangsters. The designs for the members of the Hutt Council were inspired by mob bosses from classic cinema.
That
And
makes
there you have
sense.
it. Those are the 3 interesting facts about this episode.
I just
Good
picture Anakin like disassembling a droid. He's like, I just want to learn about someone.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just wants to play with the droid.
But now it's time to rank the episode. So for those that are new to this whole system, thank you for joining. A lot of new faces in the chat. So the way it goes is Youngling bad, Padawan okay, Jedi Knight good, Jedi Master great, Grandmaster chef's kiss. And let's start with Cody.
I knew you were gonna pick
Let's
me.
start with you.
No, ironically, I want to say Chef's Kiss because it's like chef bakery related. However, I'm probably gonna go with like I don't know, probably Jedi Knight. Like it's good. I honestly haven't seen it since a long time since before. Like I rewatched and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. Like it's a nice like one-off funny episode, but it was good. It was just too short, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Who's next? Anybody jump in from here?
I say Liv's next.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a Padawan because it is really good. It has all that great stuff that makes the Clone Wars the Clone Wars. but it's definitely like a filler episode. But it's great if you like just want to watch one without a ton of emotional distress. So yeah.
That's true. That's true. There is a lot of emotional distress in this show. I mean, would it be Star Wars if there wasn't an emotional distress? Let's be real. Alicia?
I feel pretty similar. I like these comments, by the way. I think I want to address them after, but
we will.
It's I think like ironically I want to say Chef's Kiss as well because like it's kind of such a bad episode that it's so good to me. Like it's so horrible that I love it so much. So.
That's awesome.
But I guess I'll give it like a Jedi Master. Like it's pretty great because it's hilarious.
Okay. All right. I respect that. And Julia?
I think I'm gonna give this a Jedi Knight. I love the droids, so I love that it was just like a droid-centered episode, and also they're just hilarious, and it was a great comedic relief. Even though it was a filler episode, I think it was a good one because I remember like it stands out in my mind, like thinking back about watching the Clone Wars. So, yeah.
Nice. Char?
I'm gonna give this one a Jedi Knight, and Julia basically said what I was gonna say. Like, we don't get many opportunities in the Clone Wars where it's just 3PO and R2, and it harkens back to the beginning of A New Hope where it's just them two, and we get to see their little banter and their friendly connection, and that vendor in the episode that basically sets it in stone for me for it being a Jedi Knight. So yeah, it's a good episode. It is a filler, I definitely would say, but you can't go wrong when it's just 3PO and R2. So
yeah. I am going to give it a Jedi Knight as well for the fact that R2 got the spa day and derailed absolutely everything. And the fact that Anakin could have just gone and done it himself and it would have got done faster.
And you know what the funny thing is too is R2's known for fixing everything.
Yes,
that spa was well deserved, but he messed up a lot of things.
No, yeah, absolutely. Anybody in the chat? What were your guys's rankings? And I'll pull them up as we get to talking about other stuff. Hold on. Now I gotta find the banner. I'm gonna take the banner down. Hold on. Right there. All right. So let's go through some of these comments real quick before we get into the news. So the fruit better be exotic if they sent droids to find it. I mean, come on. I would think it would be the other way around if it was exotic, like Anakin and Padme would have gone and got it themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny how it's considered an exotic fruit, but you can only find it in the slums of Coruscant.
No, yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah. Alexis says it's so interesting to see how they use real life inspiration for certain objects and even the language. In the Book of Boba Fett, daimyo is actually Japanese and has origins with ancient Japanese kabuki. Kabuki theater. And I did know. I did know that from when they said daimyo. I was like, that's a familiar word. But like, let's be real. George Lucas got a lot of his inspiration from the specifically Japanese culture. I mean, look at Darth Vader's helmet. Mm-hmm. It's based on a samurai helmet. Like the shape,
I wanted to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
All of Queen Amidala's looks, the face paint included, 100% pulled from Asian culture and like their past monarchs as well.
No, yeah, absolutely.
There are her Senate gown from Phantom Menace is almost an exact duplicate of an outfit from that, so it's very interesting.
That is interesting.
Like almost to the point where it's just stolen, like, to be honest. But like,
yeah, it seems Japanese culture has it's been a large influence in general. And it also had Kylo Ren's. So I mean, even so, like going back to Vader in his helmet, like that's what it was based off of. It was also based off of I'm pretty sure. Well, the stormtroopers were based off of Nazi Germany, if I'm not mistaken, right, Cody?
Yeah,
Correct.
Yes.
yeah. And don't forget the word Jedi comes from the Japanese word Jirageki.
Yes.
So I learned that from History Channel.
Dang straight. We're starting to get more rankings here. Yeah. R2 Chaos Supremacy. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
R2 is my favorite droid, and I will die on that hill. That man, whenever he shows up, even when he showed up in last week's episode of Book of Boba Fett, I about cried. I love
Yeah,
him
me
that
too.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, in Force Awakens, like when he's not able to turn on, and then at the end of the movie he turns on, I'm like, no.
And also, R2's
Oh.
always in character. Like, it doesn't matter who he's talking to.
Oh,
When
yeah.
Din Djarin came in, he just shut down. I'm like, that is so R2.
That was
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah.
That was so funny.
So dramatic.
Yeah,
He's like, "Why?"
absolutely. Aiden says Padawan. Alexis says Jedi Knight for sure. Allie says Jedi Knight as well. Kaylee says Jedi Knight definitely. Wow, we're getting a lot of new people in here. It's really awesome. I am not even gonna try to pronounce that because I'm not gonna butcher it. They say Jedi Knight, and yeah, that's awesome. Now we are going to get into the segment that we're probably going to spend the next hour on.
Only you would. Only you would.
Well, no, I feel like everybody else is just very, very excited about this topic. And we'll get into it right after this intro. It's a little eerie. I don't know. We got to change. I think the music kind of off-putting. But then again, it's really good for what we're going to be talking about. And real quick, Brooke, our friend Brooke.
Pull it up.
Yep.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. Hold on. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. All right. If you guys are looking for merch, anything from Star Wars, Brooke does an amazing job. She does everything from jackets to t-shirts to earrings to shoes. She does an amazing job. She actually has a Padme jacket that is the cover of Queen's Hope on the back
Hold
of
up.
it.
I'm what is it? What socials? I'm looking up.
Okay, so Far Away Factory has its own Instagram. You can follow her on Twitter at TikTok at @B_Dazzler. And then I think she also does streaming as well. Her Etsy shop is Far Away Factory, and soon she might be having her own podcast, possibly.
And also,
Oh, let me tell you, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm
There
hitting
you
you up.
There
She
you
mentioned
go.
in the watch-along, I think it was in the watch-along that
Yeah.
Far Away Factory will also become its own website. So,
Yes.
Ooh,
So
congrats.
you
look out for that.
definitely want to look out for that. Get some more stuff. And then she also corrected me. Thank you, Brooke. So it's _B Dazzler _. Is that for
it's so weird
Twitch?
looking at the comment. Like, look at the comment and just like,
yeah,
look
and then
it.
looking at that, it's like, yeah, I threw myself
B
off.
Dazzler said B Dazzler. Nah.
But let's get into the news. Okay, so
And I think I know exactly what it's going to be about.
we are the show that everybody, not everybody, that I care the most about. We got a
Small's
poster.
my size.
There you go. There you go. So the Kenobi. So we. Here's what I'm gonna say about yesterday. So I had a feeling something was gonna happen. I didn't know if it was gonna be a trailer or if it was gonna be something. I didn't even know that Investor Day was yesterday, which shame on me. But I had read, so there was a variety. Was it? No, it was Forbes. Forbes had an article with talking to Ewan about Kenobi, and he was talking about it, and then we got some little nuggets here and there. And then he was on the Today Show talking about his Expedia commercial that's going to be on during the Super Bowl. And Al Roker asked him about Kenobi, and he just started gushing about it. And I was like, okay, so 2 mentions of that show in one day. This cannot be a coincidence. This cannot be a coincidence. So around 3:00 Central Standard Time, I'm on Twitter, and I see, like, I literally, you can ask anybody that was in that call, I literally started screaming, like, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm gonna pull up the actual poster, but what was everybody's thoughts of getting that news yesterday?
Lots of thoughts.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so I was at work, and one of my best friends, Allie, that's in the chat right now, she texted in our group chat, and she was like, "Go to Twitter right now." And I was like, okay, why am I going to Twitter? I go check the Twitter group chat, and she sent that tweet from Star Wars, and I literally, like, it took, I'm pretty sure I squealed, but it took everything in me to not just like scream and scare the crap out of my boss.
I am so sorry.
You're good.
He
You're
likes
good.
Obi-Wan too.
But I literally like squealed, and it was like the best news of the day, the best news. And so shout out to Allie for breaking that news to me, because it was the best part of my day yesterday.
No, but what was everybody else's? Like I said, just jump in.
It was a
just
good
wanna
way
hear
to
all the
wake up from a
stories.
nap. It was great. My Instagram was going wild. I had like 7 people send me the exact same picture, and I was like, thanks guys, I did see this. So it was very exciting, and I was also like, our dates were pretty spot on,
Yes,
because we were talking about that last week.
we were, and I still think that's gonna. Whoa, hold on, that's interesting. Those are new. I still think we'll get a trailer, for Super Bowl Sunday, but that's just me. But can we just like look at this poster for like 25 straight minutes?
Just enjoy it.
Just like look at that poster.
Appreciate its existence.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it is so
Have you all
beautiful.
zoomed in on the fact that he's holding a certain someone's lightsaber?
So it's speculated that it is his is the Skywalker saber.
Possibly, yeah.
It's hard to say, because if you look at the saber,
like
it has this part where it sticks out a little bit more, but it's missing this. But that's like a small technicality. I mean,
it's not his saber. His saber looks like this, of course.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So we have props here
Yeah.
on the obi-wan podcast. We like
You
to
do not
show
see a
things.
thin neck. You see
the
very.
thick.
It's a
very
chonker.
like
It is a chonky guy. It's a chonky
Yeah.
guy. But like, Liv. So we were talking off behind the scenes before we started, and you too were taking a nap. Everybody was. Taking a nap during this.
I had just woken up, because we all got up to watch Book of Boba Fett, I assume. And then I kind of rolled over and I turned on TikTok like you do, and Luke, your video showed up, and that's exactly how I found out. And then like I fell down the stairs trying to go show everybody.
That's how you do it.
I'm so excited, and I can't even process it yet, but I did kind of realize, and probably everyone else has come to this conclusion already, but this is kind of the last gap in Obi-Wan's story that's being filled. And I don't know, that just kind of hit me today, and it's very bittersweet.
It hit me yesterday. This is
That
probably
is
the last time
bittersweet.
we'll see Ewan as Obi-Wan,
We'll
That
see.
makes me
Hayden
really
as Anakin or Vader.
That makes me so sad.
I was like crying yesterday when I realized that.
Yeah,
It would be great. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Liv.
Well, it would be great if they like showed up as Force ghosts in the Ahsoka show or something cool like that.
Oh, you know what? I
I
think
think
Hayden
they
is
will.
confirmed for that, actually. So I
Mhm.
guess we'll see him again.
Well,
I think we're gonna see
we're
Qui-Gon's Force Ghost, because at this time it took him
Ooh.
10 years to manifest his body
Yeah.
into the Force.
So Char, I don't think we're going to. I think we'll hear his voice, because in a certain point of view, A New Hope,
Yeah.
it said specifically, like, that was the first time that Obi-Wan actually saw Qui-Gon as a Force ghost. It took him
Hey, you never know. You
longer
never know.
than that.
They could
They
always
could
change
retcon
it.
that. They could
That's
retcon
exactly what Filoni did with Yoda's lightsaber.
This lightsaber. Yeah.
Anything can change.
That's true. But like everybody like in the chat literally screamed, "That was me. That was me." I immediately went to I literally went to Twitter, quote tweeted it, and I was like, menace status level has been achieved, because this is all I've been talking. And ask Char, this is literally all I've wanted to talk about since the damn thing was announced.
Yeah.
Like
Kenobi!
Yeah. That's been me just wandering on the sands of Tatooine, being like, Kenobi, just the entire time. But Cody, what was the news like for you?
Well, I honestly had my Maul moment, like, but I kind of had that feeling like, I see him, and I'm just like, oh, I just felt something was coming, and I saw the poster on TikTok too, and I was like,
can
oh
feel
my gosh,
his presence.
yeah, like Kenobi. But it was just so like surreal, because like you all said, a lot of you were saying like this is the last time we may see Ewan, and even Hayden in their roles, but you know, for me, like I was 11 when Revenge of the Sith came out.
Yes.
And so for me, I was like, oh, this is the last time we will see these two as like the characters. And Clone Wars came out, and it was, you know, Matt Lanter and James Arnold Taylor. So like to have this, like, yeah, we're filling those gaps, but to be a Star Wars fan and grow up with these characters and these actors and actresses playing these characters, like,
yeah,
wow, we're really lucky to not only have these stories told, but for the same actors to come back and play the roles one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we really are fortunate to have this opportunity. So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like you're absolutely right. And like the thing was, like when it was announced, like when Ewan said that he was coming back to play Obi-Wan, what was that, in 2019 or was it 2018? During D23.
I thought it was 2020.
I think it was 20. I think it was 2019. I don't know.
It?
I think it was like 2019. I'm not sure.
Well, because I'm pretty sure because it was 2019, because Hayden was at 2019 celebration, right?
He was at celebration. Yeah.
I
was there.
Yeah, so that was it just was crazy to see that that this is actually how, I mean, this has been in the talks ever since Disney bought Lucasfilm. Like this has been either it started off as a movie, and then it started off as it went gradually to a show. And to be honest, I'm so glad it's a show, because we're getting 6 episodes.
Yep.
We're not,
and they're each going to be an hour long.
Yeah,
we're getting 3 movies.
We're getting, yeah, literally, we're not getting handcuffed to 2.5 hours. The story can be told at its length and at its best, and that's what gets me so excited.
And also, not to mention the release date. Everyone was speculating that it was going to be a May 4th release, but I think that it releasing on May 25th is so much more special.
Yes,
for it being the 45th anniversary of Star Wars, and it being a story about a character that we first see in A New Hope, and about what his life was like before that movie. So I think it being on May 25th is a very special day. So.
And
I think they did a really good job picking that, and it shows us that they think it's a really big deal too. They're taking it seriously,
and I think that's why we're gonna see a trailer, because everybody says, "Well, we're not gonna get it. We didn't get a trailer before Book of Boba Fett before a month before." This is Kenobi. This is Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi. This is
for Book of Boba Fett. We got a trailer or first teaser, I think 2 months before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's Super Bowl freaking Sunday. I know this isn't gonna like matter to Alicia, but like here in America, everybody freaking watches it. Everybody watches it.
People watch it here too, just less, I think.
Yeah, less. But like, it's literally like it's for commercials, and then they have Super Bowl parties. And like I truly believe we're getting a trailer. It would be a missed opportunity to not have millions of people watch your product. Like, let's say people aren't subscribed to Disney Plus, which if you're not subscribed to Disney Plus, like I don't know, good for you, I guess. You have a life. But like literally, like this is going to grab subscribers, I think.
So
Like,
Oh, you think it's gonna grab? It's gonna fish. It's gonna fish out so many followers. Are you
Well, it's
kidding
just-
me?
well, it's Kenobi though. It's Star Wars. It's Ewan McGregor. It's like Hayden. Like that's a big draw.
Whenever we get it, I think we're gonna get the most kick-ass teaser trailer.
yeah.
It's either gonna be super kick-ass or really disappointing. Like
Yeah.
they're going to either give us everything we could have wanted with the teaser trailer, or it's going to tell us absolutely nothing.
It's gonna be
I don't
him
want
walking in the
much.
sand for like 10 seconds. And
Just-
I'll be happy.
I don't want.
Oh,
much.
I'd be
Yeah.
happy too.
Yeah.
I'll take a
I want to go
crumb,
in there with a clean
honestly.
slate.
I want to see him like gradually in the 10 seconds going on higher ground as like
Oh,
but I will say to Luke's point though that I actually, so obviously no one and everyone knows at the same time that I'm the hugest Solo fan ever, so like that is my favorite movie. It released on the same day, May 25th, as Obi-Wan, and so we got a trailer during Super Bowl.
Yes.
I remember the teaser, so I
Ooh,
actually
good
think
point.
that you're right, Luke, that we will get that teaser.
I
So
think
Good point.
it's not. It would be such a missed opportunity. You
And
didn't
it's in
give us
3
anything,
days.
and you didn't.
So
you
now do I have
didn't-
to watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Yes, sorry people. Sorry. But come on. Honestly, it'll probably release. No, actually, I think they'll hold off until it airs. I think they won't release it on YouTube early. I really don't, because I don't think they're doing the same. I think it's the same thing with the new Lord of the Rings show.
yeah.
That's getting a Super Bowl trailer, and I can tell you that right now. That's not getting released on YouTube early. No way. So
If we see Vader in the trailer, I'll throw up.
Oh my
you're
God.
not okay. So
I'm-
here's the thing: you're not gonna see Vader. The one thing I will probably say you will get a Vader is his breathing.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like
the
Rogue
only-
One.
That's
Isn't
the
that
only
what-
thing you need. Yes.
Yeah, that's how Rogue One did it, and people were like
Yes.
freaking out for days.
Well,
weeks,
what
and
about-
months.
We
Well-
don't know he's in it. Like it's. I mean.
True, we didn't know. it was
Yeah,
Rogue
but I
One,
don't.
yeah.
I don't think you necessarily need him in a trailer to sell people on it. Like we
I'm
already
just
know
so
what's going
excited
on. I
for him
agree.
to come back.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
yeah.
And like if we don't get a trailer, I'm gonna be disappointed, but it's like it's just because it's me. And Brian with the beard, what did he say? He said, where is it at? If he had okay, here we go. If I had $1 for every time Luke mentioned a Kenobi trailer, I'd have at least $1,000. Yes, you would, and I've been saying this for freaking months.
Yeah, Luke, you do not shut up about the fact that there's going to be a trailer during Super Bowl Sunday.
I-
You've said that at least maybe 300 times.
Absolutely. I just
Luke,
wanna-
are you Maul?
maybe.
I'm gonna be really proud of you if there is.
I mean, I've been saying this since we didn't get anything for Disney Plus Day. I was like, okay, they're holding off for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, I told you before that for my girlfriend's having a Super Bowl party, so I won't be able to be on the StreamYard. But when the trailer does come, I will pull up Snapchat and record my reaction. I will do that for you.
Okay.
I will
So
do it
it's
as
just
fast
gonna be
as I can.
so it's just
If I
gonna be
see
me
dust just
reacting to
moving
it.
on the screen, maybe, probably.
It's probably no. I'm literally gonna
I'll
be
just
on
send it to
VC.
you, and then you can see my reaction. So
Yeah, and I'll have Harith edit it in there, and we'll both be reacting at the same time. But like, I'm gonna be on Discord VC watching the Super Bowl just in case. I will get a StreamYard started, and I'll be like, this is happening, like holy. But
I don't care if I'm screaming on the top of my lungs in front of my girlfriend's parents. I don't care. This
Good.
is Kenobi. This is
Good.
Kenobi.
good.
I will
No.
embarrass myself for Kenobi.
No, okay,
That's
so
gonna be me.
so are we all in agreement? Are we all on my train of thinking that it's Super Bowl? Like it makes the most sense. Does anybody disagree with me?
I don't disagree. However, if it doesn't happen, I'm calling dibs on the TikTok audio where Maul's like, I was hoping for Kenobi. Like I'm calling dibs now, just FYI.
Okay.
So, but
Sounds
no,
you know,
I
I
think-
have mixed feelings on it.
yeah.
I think I'm just trying to not get my hopes up because I don't want to get disappointed again.
Mhm.
This is true, and I'm just like I'm riding the high of just like we're getting it, and if we don't, it's like okay, I'm fine. It'll just be a real missed opportunity by the marketing team.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
think that I either agree with you, Luke, and I also disagree with you because at this point we just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
As a
It's-
non-American, I just have mixed feelings because like I agree with you that like it would be a missed opportunity because it's the only huge event that they could release it until Star Wars Celebration, which is
the
literally like
day after.
Yeah, it's like
so
Star Wars
if they're not going to
Celebration,
wait
yeah.
until then if
Yeah.
we're going to get a trailer.
Yeah,
Luke, it's gonna be
So
so crazy, Luke, and you and I are gonna be reacting to the first episode in person. This is gonna be
Yes.
nuts.
Oh wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be epic.
No, yeah. Okay, so we can stop talking about the trailer. What does everybody want to see from this show? Like, what's on your wish list? Like, I everybody knows mine, so I might not even go at this point. Everybody's heard
I don't
me
want to
say
be
it.
greedy.
Um,
I'll take what I can get.
this is true.
Yeah.
But like,
Hayden
what?
coming back is all I could have ever asked for. Like, we do not deserve that man after
is
what
true.
the fandom did to him.
This
So
is true.
true.
This is very, very
I-
true. Go ahead, Liv.
I think I would love to see some Clone Wars flashbacks, especially with him like in the Clone Wars armor. That would absolutely make it for me.
You're gonna
And
be
just
Sim.
him act. Yeah, same. I'm so serious about that. And also just like him interacting with Anakin in flashbacks. If we can get that, I will literally die.
Liv, you're gonna get that. It's already.
I really want it.
Ewan in that Forbes article said, yeah, that we've done scenes like he said like I loved working with Hayden as Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. So you're getting Clone
I
Wars.
can't
like
wait.
that.
He would have specified Vader if that was the case, but he said Anakin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean, now I'm getting teary-eyed about this stupid show. God. Anyway.
It's not out yet, Luke. Don't get teary-eyed yet.
I know
Don't cry.
this is just
No crying in the club.
ridiculous. But like what I don't know. Like what does everybody want to see? Like what would like make you jump out of your
Seeing Ewan McGregor would make me jump. So
Yeah. I think this is like, and it's less Ewan and more just Obi-Wan, but like
Mhm.
I want the final scene to be like not even it's not de-aged, it's I guess aged up like to Alec Guinness, and like the last scene of him like putting the hood on and you just see him looking up the cliff over at the Tusken Raiders who knocked Luke out, and like there's your transition, and like that's it.
you see him
Like,
sitting in the Junlin wastes. That'd be
Yep.
cool.
Yep, and I think that needs to be the end, and then boom, you can immediately turn on like New Hope and get to that part and be like,
Oh my
hello there,
God.
like oh my god, it'd be amazing.
Oh.
I expect Obi-Wan in that show to be attacked by a bunch of Tuskens, because that's exactly what he said to Luke when he gets attacked by Tuskens. The Junlin wastes are not to be traveled lightly.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I just thought of? Because I
Yeah.
read the Kenobi book recently. If we got that one Tusken, I'm too scared to say the name, but the plug-eyed one, that
Mhm.
would be amazing.
Oh, from the JJM book, the Legends one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'm
Okay,
biased, but I would
okay.
love to see some of Vader's thoughts on like Padme.
oh,
I don't think we will
yes.
see Padme because I don't think Natalie would is involved again. But I would love to see a little bit of like
You never know.
kind of how he feels about things more. Like we know he's obviously sad and he misses her, but like a bit more on that.
Well,
Perhaps.
from the
Or even
concept art-
how Obi-Wan feels about it.
Yes.
from the
Yeah.
concept art, like you look at Vader in his chamber and he looks at the
God.
hologram, and maybe it could be Padme wearing like a hood or something, or maybe it's just Palpatine, but I find it highly likely that we're going to at least hear Natalie Portman's voice.
In like a haunt like even how they do the sequences in the comic book run of 2017 when it's right after Revenge of the Sith and he's just newly formed he's not used to the suit. He has these flashbacks of her and it's like the disappointment of her like of what he has become. And like to hear Natalie Portman say like like something like "I hate you" or "Look what you've become" or something like that. And
I don't
oh
know,
god,
Disney. If she won't do it, I'm available.
there you go, there you go, there you go. There's your pitch.
Like this
Oh,
show is every prequel fan's dream.
oh my
Yep.
god,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my
It's
god,
gonna be amazing.
Julia, specifically, I haven't heard
So,
from you.
okay, I was just thinking about this. I wonder if we would get like Obi-Wan like reflecting on like his relationship with Satine. I would be super interested to see some like angst in regards to that, because like that episode where killed me of the Clone Wars, that killed me. But I wonder if we would see maybe some flashbacks of that, or thoughts, or like anything in regarding Satine. Also, Obi-Wan and Vader, I want to see them like when they first like, I just want to see them interact together, like, because I feel like that would be like really a big deal.
Yeah.
Also, I like what Alexis said, that she wants to see baby Luke, because I kind of also want to see baby Luke.
Little
Yeah.
baby Luke.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, I want to see baby Luke.
No, yeah, I think that's I don't think that's a stretch because I'm pretty sure they've already cast a Luke and a Leia for this show.
Oh, okay.
My gripe, not my gripe, my thing with people being upset about this show is he can't leave Tatooine. Like,
Why not?
why not?
Yeah.
Like, why can't he? Let's think about this from a standpoint of even in the original trilogy. Okay, so Vader is talking to Luke on the skywalk going into before they get to the Death Star, right? And Luke has that moment of I can feel the good in you, and Vader goes, Obi-Wan once thought as you do, but at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan knows that he believes that his friend is gone. Now, the only thing that would change my mind about Revenge of the Sith, now that I'm thinking about it, is because Padme said that there's still good in him. Now, if he knows that Vader is alive, he finds out that Anakin survived, and the Inquisitors, which are rumored to be in the show, which they probably will.
Yeah, they will be. Deborah
they
Chow herself has said there's Jedi hunters
yeah,
going around the galaxy.
So
Mhm.
that's gonna be something that if I feel like if he feels like he's going to endanger Luke, he's gonna get off of Tatooine because it's in the best interest of not only himself but of protecting Luke. Because if Luke gets found out, that's the end. That's the end of the story. Like
True.
he and Leia are the most important parts of this whole entire situation for Kenobi. Whether it's Leia's in trouble and he has to go help Bail with something to get Leia out of trouble or something, or to protect Luke by getting off world. That man's getting off world, and we are getting Vader versus Kenobi. It's happening. And like I'm sorry if that hurt, that's not what people want, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because when Vader in A New Hope walks into the Millennium Falcon, he says, I sense a presence that I haven't felt since, and then he leaves. That's the end of the line. We don't know if that's referring to Revenge of the Sith or to a time before that. Also, Obi-Wan seems to know what the fucking Death Star is. He says, that's no moon, that's a space station. And then Han says, that's too big to be a space station. So are we going to get something with the Death Star as well?
So
who knows?
One thing Vader said was like, when they interacted, like, when I left you, I was but the learner. And I'm thinking, you didn't leave. Like, the only thing that left you was your legs and arm. Like, you were like on the lava banks. Obi-Wan left you. And some people on TikTok have seen like, well, it means like when he left him to join the Sith. To me, I felt it more as like a direct, like they battled. Vader thought he won, kind of like how Kenobi thought he won, and like left him for dead. So then he's like, I haven't felt this presence since whatever the battle was between episode 3 and 4 they had. And so, yeah, I think Vader's going to think he's dead, and then Kenobi survives whatever battle it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's just, it's amazing. Like just thinking that we're so close to probably one of the I might be overhyping this, which is fine because that's just
Dude,
I love these
overhyping it
things.
for like a year.
And
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't even
fine.
get it,
That's
and
fine.
we didn't get anything until now. And now
Oh
that
my
I know
God.
it's actually coming, like I have like mini panic attacks every once in a while just thinking about the goddamn show, because it's like it's so
It's important.
Brooke, stop it. We are here of positive vibes only on Pod One's podcast. Brooke, we're getting that
Brooke,
trailer.
Disney has the money. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't
they
worry.
got tons.
I mean,
We'll
Chapek
manifest
is
it.
cheap.
Package.
Freaking Chapek.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
yeah, he's the worst.
The things I have to say about Bob Chapek.
Same. Same.
Here's a good
Oh.
question. What starship do we think Obi-Wan has? What ship did he take to Tatooine? Padme's chrome ship. I think they ditched that.
That's
because
way too like notorious of a
Yeah.
ship. That's
Yeah,
her
that's-
ship.
Unless he's wanting
Vader
to
would
piss Vader
know.
off. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Vader would know.
yeah.
Yeah. But like it, I just don't think. I think he's just gonna steal. He's gonna steal a ship, or he's gonna buy a ship, just like they did with like how they sold the speeder in episode 4. Like you're able to buy a ship. I'm sure he's got credits from Bale. But like it'll all work out. Brooke again. It didn't really help Solo when they had their Super Bowl spot. I mean, that's true, but we're also talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Talking about a
Darth
whole different
Vader,
Yeah.
and it's on Disney Plus. Like, it's not a movie. You don't have a divisive movie like The Last Jedi come out and like in the middle of February. Like, it doesn't have a lot of things that Solo didn't have, that Solo
Yeah.
was working against.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people say. Like, the reason why Solo was bad was because of how divisive The Last Jedi was. And I love The Last Jedi, and I'm willing
Yeah.
to acknowledge that it was divisive.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Star Wars movie, The Last
And
Jedi.
I
Yeah.
really I have no gripes with that movie. I
Yeah.
really, really enjoy it for what it is. And I
Yeah.
love Luke in it. That's I feel like that is the perfect arc for Luke Skywalker.
I
Because
agree.
it's just like
I will be outliving Bob Chapek, and I stand by that.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
Alexis.
Go you,
Oh,
Alexis.
yeah.
Go
Oh
you.
my
Oh,
god.
Allie says from a marketing and advertising background, Super Bowl is prime time to promote, but they will limit it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't need a minute trailer.
If we
Give
get
me a
5 seconds,
teaser.
I would be satisfied.
Give me 30 seconds. I think 30 seconds is good, and then that will keep me over until probably early April, where we'll get another trailer during the NCAA tournament,
Yeah.
and we'll get something during that. And I think it's just it's yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna see it. Beyond excited, Hayden is coming back. Never thought it would happen. Yeah, especially with a lot of the stuff that's happened to him in the fandom.
Like, after the prequel trilogy, Hayden took a 10-year break off of films because of how much hate he received from the prequels.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the first
I
movie he
feel
did when
so
he came
bad.
back was Jumper in
Yeah.
2015. That was the first movie he did ever since Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for him to come back and reprise that role, that's courage at another level.
Yeah.
Well, and
He's
that
doing
role,
it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our age.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's so loved now that I don't know. I
Mhm.
feel like the prequels aren't as hated on anymore. But
Yeah. They feel more welcome. Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. And Theo says, "I want to see Bail Organa." I think
think
you
we
have
will
a
too.
chance.
Oh yeah.
I think we
yeah.
will too.
I
If
think
there's
we
Baby
do.
Leia, then it's most likely we're gonna see Bail and Breha Organa. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to
Definitely.
see Alderaan too, and more depth.
Yes.
You know, you
Yes.
get it in the Old
Yeah.
Republic MMO, but like in canon,
I wonder how
like,
they're gonna use Bail, Jimmy Smits though. I wonder if they're gonna de-age him because
No, he's
in,
not.
Oh,
It's
in
not.
Rogue One he was.
Well,
pretty old,
I think
like,
I
in the
think they
gray hair.
kind of like added makeup aesthetics to kind of make him look the part.
Yeah, but also
there.
Jimmy Smits is how old's Jimmy Smits? Jimmy
Jimmy
Smits
Smith's
is
like in his early 70s.
Wait, what?
Jimmy
I
Smits
think.
he's 66.
Oh, okay, so early, so mid
Ironic.
66. But like, he looks good for 66. Let's
Yeah,
be
he does,
real.
Yeah.
He looks
Like,
real good.
There's not much difference between, like, I know there's a ton of difference between him and Revenge of the Sith and in that, but like, let's be real, stress, being on the run, like hiding a secret, that's gonna age you. I mean, just look at, like, for an example, for like for presidents or politicians that have been in this for a long time, they age so much when they're in office.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's true.
you can literally, like, you can make it work.
Yeah.
It'll be amazing. If we get more Camino, I will be so excited. Alexis, I'm
Yes.
sorry, but Bad Batch, Camino is gone. All of Camino is gone.
Yeah, the next time we're seeing Camino, I don't know when. I really don't know.
Maybe Camino for flashbacks, possibly. I mean, the Empire did destroy it, so like Tapoka City is gone. So
wait, Ewan said he's on a water planet. Could be Manon. I know it's a reach, but
are you talking about is that Jedi Fallen Order? Where they
no, that's from Knights of the Old Republic, the Selkath. I'm a Legends buff. I'm sorry, so I'm like, anything you can canonize just for the heck of it, like, more power to you. Like,
did they say Water City or Water Planet?
Oh, I thought I saw Theo.
What if he's on Naboo?
I was gonna say, what if he's on Naboo?
Oh God,
I would love Naboo.
And we see Padme's mausoleum.
Oh,
that would be so sick.
Emotional. Mike,
I don't know if I can take that emotionally.
He goes to, oh, that's where they face off as Naboo. In front of Padme's grave.
Oh, stop.
No.
I feel like that's way.
No, I
feel
don't
like
think
that's way too unrealistic.
No.
I feel like even Vader himself would
The
even realize, like,
disrespect.
we have to respect.
They would not.
Yeah.
I know that Vader.
They already tried
unquote,
fighting him there. I
Thought
don't
that
think
Obi-Wan turned Padme against him, but still, like, they're not gonna fight in front of.
But I mean, in the comics, Vader has visited.
Yes.
Padme's.
Yeah.
So like, it's not out of the realm that he could be there, but fighting, it's like.
But like Obi-Wan, and then again, Obi-Wan wouldn't go to Palpatine's home planet.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Like that's like a no-go. No, thank you.
But Naboo feels real dumb
would
right
they think to look at his home planet?
Of
Stu John?
Palpatine care.
Stu John. Yeah, Stu John. That's where Obi-Wan's from, is Stu John. That could be interesting. We don't really know much about Stu John at this point.
Other than it's named after Jon Stewart, but
yeah. But the other little thing that I saw today, and it's rumors. Somebody was quoted as saying, think of Vader in Rogue One, but angrier. Thoughts when you hear that? Thoughts when you hear that?
I mean, I think it makes sense. Like, Anakin Vader just like lost, like, the whole reason why he was doing what he was doing was to save Padme, right? And he lost like literally everything, and then now he's like stuck in this suit doing things that he didn't necessarily want to do in the first place. So I feel like he would harbor like a lot of resentment and anger, and I mean, I could see that happening.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
And it's more recent too, so
yeah. Exactly.
Anybody else's thoughts? Like I don't want to take up the whole time, because let me tell you, I could talk about it for hours. But I agree.
We know that, like, he's mourning. He's really angry, and he didn't really want this, so it makes sense. Like Julia said, and Liv said, like, it just makes sense. He's gonna be pissed.
Especially when you read Lords of the Sith, the first part of that book. Like, literally, he's talking about how the appendages hurt him, and how he uses that pain to harness himself more into the dark side. And like the thought of Padme, the thought of the Jedi, like that whole first chapter of that book is what we're going to see in this show. Especially when he finds out that Kenobi is alive. And he is going to be obsessed up until the point where in season 2 of Rebels, he talks to Palpatine. When Palpatine talks to Vader, he's like, there could be more Jedi. And he's like, perhaps Kenobi. And like, there's got to be a reason for that.
Do you guys think we could possibly see Ahsoka in the show? Well, like, what if she's like going to go look for Obi-Wan?
Flashback.
Yeah, flashback.
I don't think, because if she sees Obi-Wan, she's more or less just gonna stay there, and she's doing too much with the rebellion as fulcrum at this time.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there, it's a possibility. I could be wrong, but I mean, if we get Rosario Dawson and Ewan McGregor, and I mean, she did work with Hayden Christensen on a movie a long time ago, so like that connection is even funnier, if I'm gonna be honest. But no, I'm Cody, what are your thoughts on that whole?
Oh man, I got so many thoughts about this dude. I'm in the same boat as you. Yeah, I mean, I think we could definitely see Ahsoka. I was leaning more towards the flashbacks because I think you're also. So I think the one third person we haven't talked about is Tamir Morrison, like in the capacity of like, you know, the theories of Commander Cody, the theories of like if we have Clone Wars flashbacks, like Captain Rex. He's a commander for like a very short time. Sorry, Rex. But yeah, and so I think that like, because the one thing, you know, we've all been talking about this. I think like Kenobi, I think we're gonna finally see like the mental health of this character, and we're gonna see the PTSD, anxiety, depression, anger. Like we're going to really explore this character from a psychological and emotional point of view which I think will make us appreciate more like, you know, the struggles he's went through and the dedication to try to keep Luke alive and because he sees them as like the next hope, him and Leia. And so yeah, like I think like, yeah, we're talking about like Vader being angry and all this. Like I think Obi-Wan's gonna like break down a lot. He had a whole life probably planned, whether it was a Jedi or maybe leave the Jedi, go back to Satine, and like everything's been ripped away from him. And so
Obi-Wan's had like a sad life in general, though. Like everything, like poor broken man.
Everyone.
Yeah.
We say
Quite
Vader
literally.
lost everyone, but Obi-Wan lost everyone, and by no fault of his own. Like Vader did it himself. I'm sorry, Luke, but.
Wait. Why are you telling me? I agree with you. He's to blame for everything.
Yeah.
Well, I know you agree. I know you agree, but I also knew you never know what Anakin stands, so I couldn't remember like what you're.
Nah, No. You don't have to worry about me saying, "Oh, Vader and Anakin are two separate people, and that's how they are able to justify that it wasn't Anakin." He's not. No, that motherfucker knew exactly what he was doing. No, not happening here.
But yeah, Obi-Wan lost all these, like all his, everyone, just by the fate of the Force, I guess, if you could say. But like,
yeah. Well, and you know, in Clone Wars season 7, you know, you see him and Ahsoka talking like via hologram, and like you see Obi-Wan. Like, there's little subtle things in season 7 where I'm like, oh, you know that he's with Padme, like, you know he's going through tough times, and like that's Palpatine's orchestration was perfect. Like he dragged Kenobi to Utapau by placing Grievous there and leaking the information. Like he knew like Kenobi's the only person that can get in the way of my plans of getting Anakin to turn fully. Like he was going that way, but he knew Obi-Wan could easily flip that. And I think Obi-Wan was like, he even said like, you know, I don't agree with the council and everything. I think that like, and so
Anakin
I
wanted
think
to go. With
what
him.
is it?
Anakin wanted to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I was like, no.
I think Obi-Wan's going to have a lot of like, whether we as the audience know, like, hey, Anakin, like you did this, or like, hey, Palpatine did this, like, you know, he's going to take a lot of that blame and burden, similar to how Luke did with the whole like him and Ben. Like, I think sometimes we look like, oh, it's, you know, what's this in character? Like, well, maybe look at it beyond that, like how he's handling that probably makes so much sense. And for Obi-Wan, we're going to see like a very broken dude. But it's like Luke in Last Jedi, we're going to see him build himself back up. And I think that, you know, you're going to see why he's so confident in episode 4 to face Vader again and to protect Luke and to distract everyone while they get away in the Death Star. Like, yeah, I don't think we're going to have like just a badass Obi-Wan 6 episodes. He's going to be broken and build himself back up.
I hope we see Vader realizing that it was Palpatine behind everything.
Oh,
like,
ooh, yeah.
That makes episode 6
and so maybe
so much
he
better.
is blaming himself, but also at the same time being like, this fucker is the reason that everyone's dead. And like, also Anakin, because it was all his fault too. But like, you know, we have to address both things, that he was groomed and he didn't know that it was Palpatine, like, either. So, you know,
Yeah.
two sides, but whatever. I'm not gonna get into that.
No, yeah. No, yeah.
Luke and I will talk about this on our. No, sorry.
Yeah, we
Uh.
will. But getting off of the Kenobi train, thoughts on Book of Boba Fett as a whole. The last episode aired Wednesday. I really enjoyed the finale. I really enjoyed it for what it was. Now, what everybody else's thoughts?
I'm going to say this, and this is my only comment. If Maul could survive getting cut in half, falling down a shaft, those Gamorreans could have a chance. That is all I'm going to say. So there you go.
The Gamorreans.
Yeah.
Not even Cad Bane.
Yeah, we did.
Just straight to the Gamorreans.
No,
I
like
love
I
it.
was so sad.
Yeah, you're gonna see like 10 years later, like the Gamorreans, just like Maul, just spider legs and stuff on a trash planet, but 100% they're alive.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
My thoughts were like, this isn't a kids show anymore. Like,
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go check
Like,
the
they're-
trash district in Mos Espa.
Yeah.
we're all adults now, and they're producing content for adults now.
Yep.
But on that note, that part was, well, if you think about it, it makes sense that the Gamorreans didn't survive, because that's the last remnant of the Hutts of when Jabba was in power. The Gamorreans were the only ones that were part of that regime that were around. So that I found that it was really tough to watch, but like the episode as a whole, just like it was, you were on your toes the entire time.
I loved it.
Mhm.
Yep.
That was like Star Wars I love.
Yeah,
It was great.
agreed.
Yep.
Liv?
Well, I think my big thing, I felt like a lot of people were giving the director, or Robert Rodriguez, a really hard time, but I did more digging into him, and I know he did the Spy Kids movies, he did the Machete movies, like he does action movies, and I think it's indisputable that all the action scenes in Book of Boba Fett are amazing. So I think he killed it, personally, and I thought the show was great.
Julia?
I really enjoyed the show. I loved learning like the backstory behind Boba and like him with like the Tuskens and everything like that. Like that was so interesting. I loved it. The finale, I really enjoyed it. I liked like the fight scenes, like Boba and Din together. I thought that was awesome. And obviously like the reunion of Grogu and Din melted my heart. It was the cutest freaking thing ever. I loved it. I was, the entire time I was watching the episode, I was waiting for Kira to show up. I was clowning a little bit too hard.
Yes, same here.
I clowned a little too hard, and I was kind of like disappointed. I don't know that Kira didn't show up, but like I still thought it was a great episode. I really enjoyed the series. It was a good time. I loved it.
Char?
Yeah, the show was great, and it's gonna be funny because how Cody mentioned earlier about how Obi-Wan's gonna be very different than what we see from the prequels. And just watch Obi-Wan be like very emotional and he's down, and watch fans be like, "Oh, I don't like that. That's not my kind of Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan should be making one-liners and making funny jokes." And I'm like, it's gonna be the exact same thing that you said for Boba Fett. Boba Fett finally gets character development, and you're mad.
Yeah.
He's just a bounty hunter that doesn't say anything. He gets only 6 minutes in the original trilogy on screen, and now he gets fleshed out, and you're mad.
Yeah.
So
don't worry, Char. I'll be going to bat against all of these fucking morons when it's about Kenobi. They will feel the wrath of me. They will never ever say a goddamn thing about Star Wars in a negative light after I rip them to shreds.
Yeah. Oh, this show's gonna definitely kill the toxicity a little bit.
I hope so.
This is every single prequel fans' dream, and I feel like a lot of the Star Wars community who's toxic are mainly prequel stans. That doesn't go for every single one, but a lot of the people from the prequels just either really hate the sequels or hate anything that's involved with Disney. But the Book of Boba Fett was great. I've had a couple of my friends message me about their thoughts about the finale, and one of my friends said that he didn't like it. And I'm like, I don't know if he responded to me back or not. I was like, hey, what didn't you like about it? Oh, here it is. He's like, I didn't like how the show took focus away from his character. And I don't know why, but I felt like there was no stakes. Maybe it was because I was spoiled a bit on Twitter, but it just all felt boring. Well, here's the thing. That show was never meant to be action-packed. It's about making Boba Fett a character, not just a hunter, but a leader.
Yep.
And it gave him that it took away the spotlight from him for a few episodes to give us that Yoda and Rancor scene.
Yeah.
Like we needed to know how much Grogu has been training and how much he's learned under Luke. And that sets up Mando season 3, a potential Book of Boba Fett season 2, and in the Ahsoka show. So diverting that attention off Boba was extremely important. Even though it was for 2 episodes, he appeared for a little bit in the 6th episode, but still, it was essential to the story. But I cannot stress enough how much I love the finale.
Yeah.
My reaction to when he killed Cad Bane was I wanted to the amount of crap that I've received for the past year about people just saying oh, Cad Bane's better than Boba. Cad Bane this. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. Boba killed Cad Bane not as Jango's clone. He killed Cad Bane as Boba Fett. Or Jango's son, because he's always been under the shadow of Jango. And now, instead of killing him with his blaster, he kills him with his gaffy stick. He kills him with his new identity, not his old identity that Cad Bane knew.
And the fact that Cad Bane was giving Boba Fett crap for it. And crap for being I don't exactly remember what he said.
You
about
become
being
soft.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the thing. The amount of comments that I've seen from that, I didn't like the of Boba being what is it not being as badass as the original trilogy, but it's you have to think Boba Fett got recycled and renewed.
Yeah.
And
seen some shit, bro.
The whole entire show is about identity. And Boba Fett's identity completely changed. We see Boba Fett as we see him as this hunter, this cold-blooded killer, as what Cad Bane says. But that fight between the two, even when Boba was talking to Fennec on the campfire about how him leaving bounty hunting made him soft, and he was like, no, this made me stronger. And then we see that in the finale. Boba doesn't need a blaster to be strong. He has everything he needs. He has his friends. He has his family. He's got Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
He's
My
got
furry
everyone
boy.
he needs. So he built that new tribe that he now has with that group of people, and he finished off his old adversary when he was a boy with the new weapon that he achieved after the Sarlacc. So,
and I think I'll add
it's poetry.
I think I'll add to that too. Everyone is complaining. At that point, why are we if we think he's just like Jango, why are we not watching? Why do we enjoy the Clone Wars so much? Each clone is so different. Would we have 200,000 Jangos who are the same exact person? They're all supposed to be individual. That's what makes us like the Clone Wars. Boba is not a bounty hunter like Jango. He is, like you said, identity. That's the whole point of the season. And it's at first maybe it's a little different, but the whole point is he's reformed. He is wanting to find his own. That's the whole point of the flashbacks, in my opinion. Beyond just the grief, I feel like when you see that reflection of him looking at his dad and he sees himself, he really technically is that same person in his mind, but he doesn't have to be. He can break out of that mold. People like Aura Singh and Bosk and Cad Bane tried to, in my opinion, groom him to be like Jango because he biologically was. But from Star Wars, you make your own name.
And I find it so cool that when Cad Bane took off his helmet before he killed him, Boba didn't kill him as the hunter. He killed him as the Tusken. Yeah. And it's it's funny because remember what Cad Bane says before he fights off Hunter in the Bad Batch. I've killed many clones like you. And then ironically he dies by the clone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
absolutely.
That's Alpha.
It's great.
The Alpha to the Omega. Hot. See what I did there? Because of
Ah,
Omega.
We're gonna see
Um,
Omega.
anyway, so I hit everybody, right? Everybody gave their thoughts.
Yeah, I was a little hurt by that hit, but I'm fine.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm glad. To end the show, we also got confirmation that Ahsoka will start filming in April.
Woo, birthday month.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I assume that we're going to get information about. I don't think we'll get information as like I think at Celebration we'll get a behind the scenes of what they're doing so far. They'll have been, if they start right at the beginning of May, they'll be like a month and a half into shooting. So who knows what we get.
Yeah, man. It's
But what's everybody's thoughts to close it out? Thoughts on what you want to see from Ahsoka, or what you think we'll see, and then where we can find you. We'll start with Liv.
I haven't even really begun to think about the Ahsoka show yet, but and not to get like the same thing, but I would love to see her thoughts about, where she is on her path. Sorry, that's a little bit jumbled, but like we've seen her thoughts about Order 66 and everything in the books. I would love to just see how she's changed from that young woman to where she is now.
That'd be nice. And where can we find you on social media?
Oh, I am at Kybercrystaldesigns on Instagram and TikTok.
Awesome. Alicia, you go next. Same question. Where can we find you?
You can find me at the.naboo.senator on TikTok and Instagram. Am I talking about Ahsoka, or are we?
Yep, talking about Ahsoka.
I really liked Liv's ideas there, actually, to see like how she feels she's grown. And then I think it would be really interesting to see, depending on timeline, but I would really like to see her like talk to Anakin, which I think we will see, but and just even have him guide her in certain ways, or kind of see if he's like, okay, I need you to go see Luke or something like that. Kind of help her find him.
Maybe. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Cody?
Okay, so for the Ahsoka show, I had this theory a long time ago, but the one thing I want to see is Anakin returns a Force Ghost. However, I want it to be modeled after like when Anakin visited Leia in Legends. I know me making another Legends reference, but it was the Truce of Bakura book. Yeah, the one where like he visits her and he's like, "Hey, do you forgive me?" And she's like, "F you, man," and just he yeets himself out of there. But like, I want to see that, because in the books, like she took her time to like slowly forgive him for like what he did to Han, what he did to the rebellion. And so for Ahsoka, it's like the same thing, but what he did to the Republic, what he did to the Jedi, what he did to her friends. And I think, again, it gives her an arc to like learn, the Jedi way is to forgive and to not hold anger and hatred. Because I think it's going to be tough for her. Like, this dude comes back like, hey, I'm sorry about this. Like, frick you. Like, you messed everything up and everyone's life's up. And now your kids have to fix this mess. So I think it'd just be kind of cool to see not that immediate forgiving, but to see that dynamic build for them. And he visits her multiple times, and eventually they do reconcile.
And
people are very quick to assume that people in like the Star Wars universe would just forgive him. I see a lot of people be like, "Oh, Padme would just forgive him," and I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, that's just me piping in. But
yeah.
I think she would still love him. It would just take time, like
she'd
anything
be pissed.
Else. Oh, I mean, I think anyone like, hey, I killed billions of people. Like,
no, like,
oh, you're good. What's for dinner?
What's that
but,
for?
like, like, but yeah, and you can find me in Chattentime on Twitch and TikTok with random legends to canon theories. So
nice. Julia, thank you for coming on for the first time, newcomer. Let's
Thank
give her a round of
you.
applause. She did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thoughts on Ahsoka and where can we find you?
Okay, so I'm a huge Rebels fan. I love Rebels. And so I would love if the Ahsoka show was centered on Ahsoka and Sabine finding Ezra Bridger, because I think that storyline needs to be fleshed out really bad. And I've saw online that they casted an Ezra Bridger and the Sabine.
Yes.
So I really
Sabine
think
for sure. Sabine's a solid for sure.
I'm pretty sure they casted an Ezra. If I'm not mistaken.
That's on the that still hasn't been fully confirmed, because the actor who is casted is he played Aladdin, and he's come out on social media and been like, that's not what I've heard, and who knows?
Well,
could be, but I think it could. I think he could definitely be an older Ezra, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I mean, I can really see that happening in the show, and I'm really gonna try to manifest that, because if that happens, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be very excited. But that's really what I want out of Ahsoka the most. Obviously, seeing Ahsoka too is great, but yeah. And my TikTok is at Juliakupis, and my Instagram is at Juleskupis.
All right, Char.
Well, the main thing that I want from Ahsoka is her.
Well,
well, there's a lot of things that come into play here when you think about what you're gonna see. I just want to see her face down Grand Admiral Thrawn. I want to see her and Ezra reunite.
Yes.
I want to see her talking to the Force ghost of Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin. And there's a lot of things that they could do in this, but I mainly would want to see her save Ezra, or at least find Ezra. And you can find me. Well, Luke's supposed to say good people, but
where can the good people find?
Yeah, good people. You can find me on TikTok at CharCharJ, and you can find me here every Thursday night for our Clone Wars rewatch. And tomorrow night will be our final Book of Boba Fett roundtable discussion. So don't miss it. Don't miss it.
Yes.
We got a good cast coming on tomorrow. So.
Yes, and I am now pulling up who will be on. You can follow me. What I want from Ahsoka, I think we're going to see her meet Luke for the first time. I think we're going to get that panel of Ahsoka apologizing for Anakin's actions. And he's going to say, oh, he did the right thing at the end. She's going to cry. And then all of a sudden, Obi-Wan and Anakin will show up.
And also, I want to see Ahsoka talk to Leia.
Oh, yes.
Padme.
Yes, that too. And you can follow me at the Pod Ones Podcast on TikTok, Pod Ones Pod on Instagram, and at Pod Ones Podcast on Twitter. We've got the schedule for the watch alongs for Kenobi. We're gonna hold off on getting that schedule pushed out to people. And also with the round table for Kenobi. But the last round table for Book of Boba Fett tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, with guests, with collaboration with They Fly Now, with Harris Productions and Cartoon D2. We will have the Died in the Force, Element 7 and Darth Chaco, along with Cal 4, Star Wars lawyer Chris, and Bedazzler Brooke on for the finale of Boba Fett tomorrow. So be sure you guys all tune in for that. It's going to be fun. I'm sure we will end up talking a little bit of Obi-Wan towards the end of that show too, because Obi-Wan's on the mind of everything. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat, all the new faces. Thank you for coming, liking, and enjoying everything that we do here. Thanks to subscribe. Yeah, subscribe.
There you go.
Like, comment.
you said like and comment, but you didn't say subscribe.
I didn't say.
That's the important part.
But I want to thank everybody here on stream with me. I appreciate you guys coming on, and always know the door's always open. If you want to come on, you have my information. Just let me know, and we will get you on. So I appreciate you all. And for Light and for Life. We're all the Republic.
Be with you always.
Good night, guys.
See you guys.